The 2025 Lincoln cent has become such a topic of debate among coin collectors and just the general public that it's leaving people divided on what they think is going to happen to it. Here's what I think is going to happen to it, and I'm going to show you why they shouldn't get rid of the 2025 penny, especially when it comes to making high denomination paper money. So stay tuned. First off, if you go on eBay, 2025 pennies are worth about $10 to $15 a roll. And here's one listing at $9.99 a roll, where 100 have sold. $9.99 a roll is actually not a bad price, especially considering that this seller probably has to pay $5 or $6 shipping, so they're not making much profit by the end of the day. $9.99 could actually be what you would expect to pay for one of these rolls, even if it was real high mintage. Even if it's a 2024 penny roll, you would probably have to pay about $10 for the seller to be able to keep some profit and to be able to cover the shipping. You've got articles like this saying the 2025 penny was only minted in January. However, I'm pretty sure we've confirmed that it was also minted in February. I'm pretty sure it was minted in March, and I would say a bunch of them were minted in this month too. At the time I'm filming this, it's April 30th, 2025. I may be wrong, but I believe mintage of the 2025 Lincoln cents has already surpassed a billion. If not a billion, I think it's surpassed at least 500 million. So it's not rare by any means. It's mainly a date that is weirdly in a lot of demand despite there being a lot of supply. Honestly, in 2024, approximately 3.22 billion pennies were minted. I believe that the 2025 penny is either going to hover around that or be slightly less than that, which would follow with the decrease in cent production, which has been going on for a few years. But the main reason people are hoarding 2025 pennies right now is because we know the executive orders to stop minting the penny. However, I don't believe that those have gone through Congress yet, meaning that they're still making the penny. Some people swear up and down that they're not making the penny anymore, but I'm pretty sure they are. I know a guy who says they're not making the pennies anymore. But here's what I don't get. There's orders to eliminate the penny because they say it costs roughly 3 cents to make one. However, if you look at paper money, such as 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100s, you look at how much it costs to make them, it's roughly 8.6 to 12.3 cents. So we'll use about 10 cents as a benchmark for our upcoming math lesson. So hypothetically, let's say 1,000,000 pennies are minted and 1,000,000 $100 bills are printed this year. We have 1,000,000 times 0.03, which is $10,000 face value, but it costs about $30,000 to make it if each penny costs roughly 3 cents to make. However, you might see this $100 bill result and it will probably shock you. So I entered in this 1,000,000 times 99.9 because it would cost roughly $99.90. It would be about $99.90 profit from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing every time they make a $100 bill. You click that, and that is $99.9 million profit. You take 99.9 million and you subtract it with 20,000, which is the loss that they've taken on the pennies, if 1,000,000 of each are minted, you get 99.88 million. Now, tell me, if 1,000,000 pennies are minted and a million $100 bills are printed, how can they eliminate the penny when they're making $99.88 million profit off of just the $100 bills? $20,000 is absolutely nothing to them. Let's see what it says, though, if they mint 3 billion pennies. So that right there, it would cost roughly $90 million to make 3 billion pennies at the going rate if it costs 3 cents to make a penny, which that's about a $60 million loss. And I would be kind of sour about a $60 million loss too. But what if they printed $3,100,000 bills? What would that come out to? It appears right here that they're making about $299.7 billion if they print $3,100,000 bills. And 2.997 billion minus 90 million comes out to the grand total of, are you ready for this? It comes out to the grand total of $299.61 billion. Now you tell me, how can the government think of eliminating the penny if they're making $299 billion profit to offset the pennies alone from $100 bills? We're not talking 50s, 10s, 20s, 5s, and heck, even ones. We're not even talking the $1 bills, which they somewhat make profit off of. The thing is, no matter who is in office for the government, no matter who gets in there, no matter who is president, vice president, secretary of the treasury, or anything like that, even director of the United States Mint, if it's a branch of the United States government, they're always going to try and find a way to save a quick buck. And I think that's what's going on right here. They say it's wasteful spending, but $60 million is nothing compared to what they've spent in the past, compared to what they've spent in just the last couple of years. And I'm not going to get into too much politics because I'd have half of the people who watches my channel, they support me, and half of them hate me. But the thing is, no matter who is in office, the government is always going to be corrupt. And I think that is what's happening with the 2025 penny. They're concerned over $60 million in pennies if they can make $299 billion. I think that's even more than Elon Musk has in money. I'm not sure, and it'll probably be incorrect information within a few days, but I wouldn't care about $60 million if I had $299 billion. Okay, I might care about $60 million. But still though, I'm for keeping the 2025 penny because, well, if you're going to eliminate the penny out of circulation, at least keep proof coins. But I don't know. The government will do what it wants to do. That's just a general rule of thumb. However, what I say is, whatever happens will happen. But I think getting rid of the penny is going to hurt coin collecting more than anything, because the Lincoln cent is one of, if not the most popular coin out of all U.S. coins, probably followed by the state quarters, Kennedy half dollars, Ike dollars, and stuff like that. Those are probably some of the most popular as well. But I believe that the Lincoln cent is the most popular coin of all United States denominations. And they would be ending a 233-year tradition. You could say 238 if you count the Fujio cent from 1787 as the first coin that was officially made in the United States. If you count the first coin that was officially made by the U.S. Mint, it would be in 1792. It'd be ending at least a 233-year tradition, which is why I say keep the penny. That's what I say. Keep the penny. If you say so, drop a like, leave a comment, and explain what you think about the penny. Because I'm here to answer. And I'll see you in the next one.